Hello and welcome. This is Millionaire Autobahn. My name is Martin. So today we're in the next episode of the Back to School series, and we're talking about procrastination and analysis paralysis. This one, to be honest, hits home very hard because over the last 5 years I always did day trading on and off here and there a little bit, but I never really pursued it as really a daily process. And I think that is a problem a lot of people have. And I'm sure you might have the same issue. Because it is actually not that easy to really just say, okay, now I'm sitting there, I'm now starting. For many people, they kind of have to, maybe they lose your job or something like that. But for others, like in my case, I didn't really have to because I have a good paying job. But then again, I always wanted to. I read those articles on a daily basis. What's going on in the stock market, what's happening with different companies and so on. Every day for the last 5-10 years I have done that. I'm really doing that. And so I really know in depth what's going on a global scale. But still, I didn't really pursue to trade on a daily basis. So the thing is actually there. We have to set ourselves a start date. And before we go there, there's actually a quote that I want to tell you. It's from a guy called Napoleon Hill. He's the author of a book called Think and Grow Rich. And he says, don't wait, the time will never be just right. And that's absolutely correct. And that's correct for anything in life. The time is never just right to have a child. We always say, maybe next year, maybe I get a promotion, I have more money and whatnot. Or, I want to go on this dream vacation. Oh, let's do it next year when I can, have more time off or whatever it might be. We always move things further away, next year, in 2 years or whatever. And it's the same thing for day trading. So in my case, what actually happened, and I don't want to brag, to be honest. I just want to show you actually what changed for me to start this day trading journey, this day trading business, right? So the thing is, you have to set a start date. In my case, the start date was moving to a new place. And with a new place, I actually mean a totally new city, new surroundings and everything. I thought before, living in a smaller place, in a frugal lifestyle, that I kind of get forced to actually do something to make this better, or to actually start, and it didn't. So now I'm actually in a total different place where I have kind of everything. To show you what I mean, so here you see my trading setup. It's a pretty cool setup, isn't it? And here's the view from my place, pretty much from my corner office, as the Wall Street people like to have it. But I think my view is actually better than theirs. And not only that, I can walk along the beach to a Starbucks. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm going to Starbucks, I admit, but it's one of those things I just like. And when you like it, just have it, right? And it's open till midnight. Holy cow, right? So you need to have those things to look forward to. And for me, this was the start date. This was like, okay, now I have like this perfect setup that I cannot ignore any longer to start with day trading. And so I did. So over the last few weeks, I traded on a daily basis. There were days I didn't, just because it didn't feel right for me, or I didn't find the right stock. And that's fine, because you shouldn't force it. That's also very, very important. So as said, important is to find the right start date, to set a hard date. That's where you need to do it. So you can no longer go around it. And also tell yourself, if you do not start on that date, then just forget it completely. Just don't ever think about day trading again. Find something else to do. It's not worth thinking over something all the time and never doing it, okay? So find that hard date, do it. If you don't do it, leave it be, all right? So then comes the part of the analysis paralysis. And I'm also a big, well, believer is the wrong word. The word I'm looking for, I don't know.
5 minutes later.
Yeah, I still don't know. So, so the thing is, you overthink things, right? And that's what I do. You think, okay, what do I actually want to trade? Do I trade the stock market? Do I trade the US market? Do I trade the NASDAQ? Do I trade the European market? Do I trade the Asian market? Do I trade cryptocurrencies? Do I trade futures? Do I trade options? Do I trade currencies, the Forex market? There's so many things out there. And then what is the strategy? Should I look for lower lows, higher highs? Should I look for where's support and resistance? All those things, right? So you come up with all sorts of problems in your head that make you fear to actually start, right? So I think it's important, first, setting a start date to really do this, to have a good setup for your trading. And then the next thing is start paper trading. It's not that you actually write it down on paper. It's called paper trading because that's what it used to be many, many years ago. It's paper trading where you actually get from your broker an account where you have virtual money in it. So you're still trading the stock market, but you're not using your money. The trades you do don't count, but you can execute and actually get better and better in your trading strategy. So that's something to keep in mind to do. So once you start trading, don't trade with too much money. Just trade small, okay? Just perfect your strategy. And yes, you can look around. There's thousands of people out there that have strategies. You can look around at those strategies. But at the end, it needs to be your strategy. You need to like that strategy. You need to feel comfortable with that strategy. And what a lot of those traders out there never tell you, they say, oh, I made, $1,500 today, I made 20,000 last week, and those things. The thing is what they never tell you. I just watched a video from a trader this morning, and he said, I made $1,500 on a trade yesterday. And he did make the $1,500, but then I looked up, okay, what was his start point and what was his end point? So he actually went up 0.4% to make exactly $1,250. So he actually invested $280,000 to make that $1,250. There's nothing wrong with that. But the point is, you got to be honest. You have to tell, look, I invested $280,000 to make that $1,250, right? And so for you, you will not make $1,250 on any given day in the first 6, 8, 12 months. And that's okay, you don't have to, right? Just keep it small, If you make $30, $40, $50, that's all fine, There's nothing wrong with it. Just perfect your strategy and be consistent. That is the most important thing. You have to like what you're doing. You have to always look forward to it. I'm actually looking forward to Monday right now to say, yes, I can sit there again and use my strategy. I tweaked it actually a little bit over the weekend, so I'm quite happy about it. Just some small things, but I think it actually will be much greater than before. So those are important steps, right? So don't overthink it too much, okay? So to recap this video, the first thing is find a start date. Maybe it coincides with moving somewhere. Maybe it coincides with setting up your trading room, or maybe you renovate the house and you finally have the space that you wanted to, but you have to have a start date, right? The next thing is don't overthink it. Just come up with one strategy that's out there that's very simple. Don't have like a screen that has like 20 different lines on that screen where you want to trade. It just confuses the Jesus out of you. So don't do that, right? Just very, very simple, okay? And then make it small, just trade very small and be consistent. That is so very, very important. You need to do this on a daily basis. It needs to be your daily routine, right? Because only then you become consistent. Only then you can improve your strategies. And that is key for this whole process. The consistency, the improvements, the learning, all these things that kind of flow into the whole day trading process that you set up for yourself. So this is important. That's it for this video. Again, I think it's very important. Next week there will be another video in the Back to School series. Again, please like the video, please subscribe, also set that notification bell. It helps the channel to get more people to watch it because this is such a great opportunity. So thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.